Patrimonio. I am 27 years old. I'm born from Baguio City, but I grew up in Metro Manila. I'm actually an audiologist, so I specialize in hearing tests and hearing aid fittings. And prior to that, I finished BS Applied Physics, also in the medical field.
I'm Homer Joshua Inoferio, 25 years old. My occupation before the GMT Specialization Program was I was an insurance agent.
Okay, so I'm Zane Andrew Pulumbari. I am a business development analyst for COL. So I graduated from University of Melbourne with a degree in economics and finance.
Hi, I'm Nina Tolentino. I'm 46 years old and I'm from Makati City. Previously, I worked with a multinational pharmaceutical company for almost 23 years. For almost 23 years as a medical representative.
My name is Maris Magdolot. I'm 29 years old. I've been working with offshore clients and been doing online and remote work since I think 2019. So my background is really in corporate finance and financial modeling.
Okay, I'm Tristan Lau. I'm 23 years old and I recently graduated from the Ateneo and I took IT entrepreneurship.
So Caylum, I've been following it since 2017. I really wanted to trade the stock market. It's just that there are a lot of these courses but only focuses on technical analysis and charts. So given my background and my interest in finance, there's that gap that I wanted to fill in and I couldn't find it anywhere.
I was encouraged to join Caylum because I know that in order for me to become a successful trader, I need to have a good foundation. To make money in the stock market, I should know the right market condition and the strategies on how to go through the process of executing it. And I believe that Caylum was able to provide that through the GMT Specialization Program.
What encouraged me is really to understand how the stock market and all the financial markets in the world function, right? Because what you know from university is just the book part of it, but it's hard to apply it without understanding what's really going on.
I really wanted to hone my skills in stock trading because I consider it as a life skill, as a practical skill, which I can always carry it with me wherever I go, regardless of my age.
I think first thing was that we were having the classes on site and it was a very small cohort or very small class. So I think especially coming from like 1 to 2 years of online classes and online lectures, having something on site was just refreshing. I think we were able to communicate with the instructors better, was able to meet new classmates, make friends, and I think it was just a better learning environment. But aside from that, I think one of the unique things from the program was the FTSR framework that Caylum teaches, which I think presents markets in a very holistic way and not just one-sided. And I guess from my experience trying to navigate markets, there's just too much information to take in. It can get really confusing, a bit disorienting. So when you're able to have a framework as a baseline, it somewhat puts a structure to all of these things and you're able to make more sense of all the information that you read.
The unique aspect of the program is the fellowship right after the session because it gives you the opportunity to ask more questions and to clarify things clearly. And the coaches are very accommodating and receptive and they're more than willing to help.
I think it would be the internship program or we're being able to trade in a paper trading portfolio. For me, I was able to test my skills or the learnings I got from the modules, and for me the best part was having mentors correcting my mistakes in my trading. I think it was really helpful in my trading path.
what I really loved about it is somewhat pushing us to study and present a certain company that we wanted to look at, and why we want to trade, or why do we see value in that certain company. So more like it was bringing us into college, presenting to a panel, and then telling them that this is a good company, and then defending it because of the data that we found. So I think that was a really good experience, because me myself am very competitive, so I love the challenge.
So after every class, Sir Lo, so one of the instructors, would go through charts. So we'd go through charts as a class, like charts that were like for that day or for that night. And he'd always say that, hey, let's go through these charts so that you can execute them and earn back your tuition. And so I think one of my favorite memories was going through those charts, then leaving class and then going home and actually executing those trades, and then making back at least part of my my tuition. So, but it wasn't really, earning back the tuition that I love. But I think it was seeing that what we were learning then was already applicable right away. It wasn't something that felt theoretical. It felt very practical, and I think that's one of the best parts of a good education. Seeing that what you're learning is actually applicable right now. You don't really have to wait like years down the line to see what you're learning, I guess, come to fruition.
So my favorite memory during studying for Caylum or the GMT, aside from just hanging out with the people who have very similar interests, would be, when you go to class, people will talk about, oh, how did you do today? Right? So you immediately get feedback, not just from the teachers, but also the classmates you have, in terms of what you did, how you could improve. So it's a tight-knit community, even if you're just with the students, but are like-minded like you.
My favorite memory was during that time I completed and graduated. I graduated the course because it only proves that no matter what industry I came from, how old I am, with the right mindset and with the proper guidance and the right community, I can be a successful trader.
I highly recommend the GMT Specialization Program to people like me who has a profession far from stock trading, far from business and the financial field, because it really helped me from the foundations, the theories, the terms, and also the application.
For me, I would really recommend it because for myself, I was already able to see the improvement. For a 1-month program, it was able to really help me become better in my trading career.
Yeah, certainly I recommend the GMT Specialization Program. But I would recommend this for people who are really, or for people who really want to be serious in this kind of industry. Right? I think all the lessons learned will be applicable for everyone, but people who are serious in it will apply it the most in all their parts of their life.
So a word that I'd use to describe Caylum is it was very refreshing, and also it felt very enlightening. So prior to joining the program, I was trading by myself around 4 years, trading by yourself and navigating the markets on your own can get very confusing, disorienting, sometimes even depressing. And so coming from that experience and going into the program and seeing how the program presented everything in a structured way, everything started to make sense. I was able to put the information that I received in proper context, and I was able to learn with peers, and I was able to clarify a lot of things with the coaches. And so all these years of trying to figure things out on my own, finally there was some like a method to the madness that the markets is, and ever since then it also gave me a great starting point to learn on my own. And from there I knew what parts I needed to work on, and what parts I needed to improve on myself.
For me, an investment. Caylum equips you with the knowledge and skills to be better. I think not just in the trading path, and also it gives you new opportunities and help you achieve your goals.
Phrase, it's worth the investment and it's really a game changer. If you're still at this level, they're gonna bring you to that certain level after the program. So I think that's the best about it.